Good evening, friends. Thank you for your warm welcome. I'm feeling a certain kind of way right now, standing before you and beside the spectacular Miss Carmen Carrera. I'm counting on you to help me in case I get a little emotional, sharing how Harlem United can change a life. In this room, filled with friends, feels like a safe place, so don't let me down. I was born in Bolivar, a small town in Tennessee. My mother died when I was 5, so it was up to my grandmother and my aunt to raise my little sister and me. Even as a child, I was one who might be described as flamboyant. I knew that there was something different about me. I didn't know what it was, though. And people that I counted on to protect me and love me, my family, and my community, they couldn't reconcile with my nature, so they picked on me. He's gonna be sweet. That's what my cousins used to say. I was called names even at elementary school, so by the time I got to middle school, I tried to fit in better being nerdy. I got fed up with that quickly enough. With the consistent battle of not knowing who I was, what in the world was going on with me, and poorly navigating, the hard social life of a delicate young boy. I went off to Lane College because I wanted to make everybody happy, but I also wanted to put some distance between that world and me. After a lifetime of questioning myself in college, I was at least free to explore my truth. Side jobs in retail, clothing turned into sporadic modeling gigs, which became a perfect explanation for a little makeup, having my nails done, and some surprising clothing choices as I accessed more and more female clothing, sorry. Ignoring the side eyes and weird faces, I would explain to everyone that, commented, I'm a model. That's what we do. That's how we roll. But even as the fashion world allowed me to style an outside appearance that felt more comfortable to me, inside, I was still questioning who I really was. I was clearly a feminine male, but was I gay? Was I in the closet? Didn't know. Placing myself socially became my full-time preoccupation. And in my junior year at college, I dropped out. I stopped going. I did live out my dream on social media, though. And because of my YouTube channel, which had gotten me up to 8,000 followers on Instagram, follow me. At one point, I was invited to join my best friend when he got a call from a friend who worked at BET here in New York. We hopped on the Greyhound, and within, we had 7 bags each. 7 bags. Like many who come to New York to follow a dream, it turned out not to be so easy. I had never been homeless before, but it became a new reality for me. As I went through a series of staying for a few days or weeks with friends I met through social media, or paying rent for illegitimate rooms, until they kicked me out. I went through that a lot. At certain points, I slept on the train. I would not engage in sex work, although people tried to treat me like I was doing so. I would lose my belongings and my confidence with each eviction, each assault, and each broken promise. Nobody cared about me. But added to that, I continued to question my very existence. Then, on this one day, I watched a YouTube video of a woman who was born a male. She was beautiful. It dawned on me then that I knew what I wanted. And I said it out loud. I want to be a girl. I know I'm a girl. I want to transition. Contrary voices inside my head immediately assaulted me. Does this mean I'm transgender? But they say this is an abomination. My first initial thought, I'm going to hell. That fear. My grandmother, aunt, and little sister, I didn't want to hurt anybody's feelings. I didn't want to lose them. I already had lost my mom at the age of 5. My father never wanted anything to do with me at all. It was... I was facing my biggest fear since I was a kid. Like, since I was little, I was alone. And it scared me to death. But even still, I made a video with my intentions to transition. I posted it on YouTube, Facebook. I even posted the links on my Instagram. And right after, I turned my phone off. I prayed and I cried. And I cried and prayed. I can't even remember how many times. I entered Harlem United. I had called a friend as I sat in tears next to a dumpster. I had to unload everything that I had, all of my belongings. I couldn't carry it around. I couldn't have it on the train. It was too much. And then on top of that, I had just lied to my grandmother and told her I was fine. I couldn't accept that I was homeless. All I had left were my tools. Tools in my trade, like I do hair and makeup, so I just had a flat iron, some makeup, and maybe like 3 or 4 outfits to change into. And then one of my friends suggested that I go to Harlem United. So I came here to Harlem United, carrying those few bags with all that was left, everything that I own. I met Mui. She was my case manager. And for a long time, I went with her and I just wanted to get it over with. That's all I was saying. Everybody here at Harlem United understood. They understood they understood what I wanted to do. They understood my course of action with transitioning. And immediately they helped me. They helped me make my first steps into becoming the person I always knew I was. I got insurance at 290, thanks to Sakina. And I set an appointment with Callan Lord, and I'll never forget the doctor's liberating words, "We'll start you on hormones." And it wasn't like a short period of time. It was just like, you have like a month. I could deal with that. I even secured a peer position at Harlem United Home Space. Everybody loved me. I was progressing, my hormone treatments, things were fine for a full year, but I ended up homeless yet again. I would change clothes at Harlem United before anybody got there. And once again, I had reached the end of my rope. I just couldn't do it anymore. I said the words, I'm homeless. Wow. Someone told me that I could apply for a women's shelter. And I was skeptical because I hadn't even reached the requirement for like hormone treatments. I hadn't even been on hormones long enough. But I did the intake process and was assigned a bed at a shelter. Shelter life is very hard. It's not what I was used to. It's ridiculous. Like, it's different. I learned to handle the rules, the curfews, and the lack of personal space and privacy. But nothing can prepare you for the change in like social dynamics. Like a month and a week in, I was assaulted. I've been in a new shelter now for 2 months. I share my story because it's important for people to understand parallel changes, that many different elements bring people here. I am not homeless. I'm not, because Harlem United is my home. They motivated me to fulfill my potential. Hear people seeing me what I didn't. I discovered so much that I can do and be. I became a VLP peer and then got promoted to being an NMG peer. With the boost of self-confidence, thank you. With the boost in my self-confidence, once I started my transition journey, I auditioned for a movie, and I got casted. We actually start filming next month. I'm also scheduled for surgery May 2nd, breast augmentation. I'm working on establishing a transgender sorority as well as a transgender fraternity for transgender men and women of color. I make custom wig units that will knock your socks off. I still do hair and makeup, so if you need me, let me know. Hi. I teach a dance class at Harlem United Home Space. I'm a musician, both pianist and vocalist. I'm pursuing my social media dreams again. Having made it to 8,000 once before, this time around I'm sure I can surpass that. Here's my message to people going through a hard and rough road to self-discovery. You don't have to be subject to doing what everybody else is doing. Nothing that you want is unachievable. It's weird, because people comment on my social media pages talking about, you're an inspiration, or you're so strong. And I never saw that myself. I never saw myself that way. But I think it's time I embrace it. So I'm gonna embrace the fact that now I'm on my way. I am a leader. If you can live through an experience and tell the story, help others out, and come out on the other side, then you should do so. I want better. I want better for everybody. And I'm proud to be at Harlem United helping improve others. Just to say that I did it because Harlem United helped me. But here's how I really know that I'm gonna be okay. I called home the other day, and my little sister is pregnant. She's having a baby. Her words to me were, I want her to know who her aunt is. Now, because I don't normally send pictures to my grandmother, I haven't sent her pictures since I left home. But I sent her a picture of me currently. And she said, verbatim, different, but you look good. And now that now that I've received those words from my family members and the help from Harlem United, I know I'm not alone. Thank you so much for supporting my journey.
Wow. Thank you, Lyrik. You are a phenomenal, phenomenal woman. Your story demonstrates bravery, tenacity, talent, passion, and to top it off, you look fabulous. I mean, yes. Excuse me. Thank you so much for sharing your journey. Like, I was like tearing up back there. I was like, girl, thank God I put on my waterproof mascara.
Same here.
It's amazing.